we sit down first, as we are here,
Good.
and talk about questions they might have.
Okay.
What questions do you have? What have they done already to improve the conditions? What do they have concerns about? What symptoms have they observed? That's really helpful information to me.
So you're almost like a doctor.
Examining the home, yes. That's where that certified indoor environmentalist part comes in, to examine the home. Then I have to go on to looking at the important, in this case, energy-related pieces of the home system. Like I want to look at the duct system for airflow, look at the furnace, look at the air conditioner, look at insulation of the home, down in the basement, drainage outside. There's a number of parts of the home system I have to take a look at. Well, the reason we came to the furnace first is that this is the major energy gobbler of the home. An oil furnace uses a lot of fuel, and maybe up to about a half or so of the home's total energy consumption goes to heating the home. This is way out of whack, this furnace.
Meaning what?
This furnace is twice the size this home ought to have.
Oh.
And that's a major, major energy issue, safety issue, comfort issue, longevity issue, reliability issue. And that's a big energy issue. It's wasting energy. So besides the size of the furnace to the needs of the house, the duct system airflow, the refrigerant fluid lines, the humidifier they've elected to use, the how they've adjusted this furnace operation. Tune-up service is important to be sure if this is the furnace we're going to rely on, let's be sure it's working as efficiently or reliably as it can. So Ellen, we've come around to the back side of the furnace.
Right.
What I want to point out is things that you could spot yourself if this were your home.
Okay.
What can I see that clues that I might need to call Rick in for some help with energy efficiency in my home?
All right.
So we saw some things on the front side, the mildew and the moisture stains. Around the back side, this flue pipe, the furnace, this is where, when the furnace is combusting, this is where the flue gases are going to go out to outside.
Right.
And I see soot stains around here, around this piece.
So what does that mean?
That means that some of the flue gases, instead of all going out the flue pipe, some of them are escaping here into this space. This is under our house.
That's not too good.
I don't want flue gases down here.
No, I don't either.
You don't want flue gases down here.
No,
We want all that to go outside.
Okay. All right.
So if you see rust stains, mildew, soot stains, those are things. Those are a cause for concern. We should be looking a little bit deeper, just to be sure that things aren't so bad.
Okay.
Or discover, gee, something's really out of whack. I'm glad I discovered this sooner rather than later.
All right. Okay.
Down below here is something to look at. This is the blower compartment, and oftentimes there's a filter down in here.
Right. I see the filter.
And this is often a cause of problems, very often a cause of problems in air systems. This filter is plugged up with dusts. It's very browned, dog hair on it, dust on it, and that's not letting air pass through it. And that's a big problem for a forced air system and for a furnace. We've got to let air move through this filter.
Okay, so people need to inspect their filters.
They really do. They really do. Look at how the back side is kind of a cleanish colored.
Oh yeah, that's the color it's supposed to be.
Look at the front side is full of dusts.
Oh.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, that's not good.
All right. If you say so.
Also, another thing not good is I glanced over to the side. I see rust stains down here on the wall, dribbling down from the chimney and flue stack. That's not good.
What does that mean?
That means that the moisture from combustion is entering the chimney, and those gases the moisture in those gases are condensing in the chimney, wetting the interior surface. The creosotes in there and the acids are being dissolved, and they're running down into the back down into the room here. Oh. Or maybe rain running into the chimney from up above. So we have to. I guess the main point is if I see soot stains here too, or creosote stains, we should look a bit deeper and find out what's going on, because this shouldn't be in here.
Okay.
Next. Next is, this is what's producing heat.
All right.
But I want to look at the pathway in which air from the house upstairs, from the living space, the pathway in which air is coming from the house, moving into the furnace to get warmed, and then moving back out to the living space, back out to the rooms. I want to inspect that pathway.
Okay.
That's where we go next.
Okay.
Okay. So we've come to look at the duct system.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with how air from the house comes back to the furnace in the first place.
All right.
Right above us over here, In the floor of the living room, where we were before upstairs,
Right.
is an air intake grill, a return grill. And the air is supposed to come down into this cavity up above us here. And the air's supposed to move along this pathway
Right.
up inside here,
Right.
and then it's to drop down into this duct
Right.
and move back onto the furnace.
Okay.
And that has to be an airtight pathway. If there's any gaps or breaks in this, then instead of pulling air from the house, this furnace is going to pull air from someplace else, like down here in the basement. We don't want that.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is just go inch by inch, and you could do this yourself in your own home.
Yeah.
You just start at one end, just kind of look at things along the way and look for something out of whack. And you said before, well, I don't know what to look for. Well, if you see things like we saw before, rust, mold, stains, things that are broken and disconnected,
Right.
like this piece here is, they have this piece of metal up against the bottom of this floor joist. It's up against it here, but there's no sealants. There's the gaps and holes
Yeah, it's
here.
just nailed or screwed in.
But look at the back side of this. This is not even up against the floor joist.
Oh, no, it's not.
This is fallen down from it, and somebody took a leaf spring from some type of a vehicle and tucked it up there to hold this in place.
Right.
And someone took a board with a little piece of wood to hold
Right.
that piece up in place. So the back side of this is dropped down from the floor joist. Now there's a big a gap across the back of that.
Okay.
So instead of the furnace pulling air from the room upstairs, it's pulling air from behind here down the basement somewhere.
Right. Which is not good.
That sets up tremendous discomforts, safety issues, inefficiencies. So I need to discover things like that.